Hello students, welcome to class 10 physics class. Today we discuss a new topic of class 10, that is refraction, or we can say that another one phenomena of light, that is refraction. In last videos we discussed about the reflection, spherical mirror, image formed by the spherical mirrors, their uses, magnification, and some numericals. That means all about the reflection. Today's class we discuss about another one phenomena of light, that is refraction. So first we have to understand what is refraction. Refraction means change in direction of a ray of light when it travels from one medium to another medium. That means for refraction we need two different medium. It is one of the condition for refraction. In this figure you see that, or in this ray diagram, a ray incident on a interface of two different medium and refracted through the second medium. And you see that in this figure, when it will be refracted, the refracted ray of light deviated from its path, or its change its direction. Either it will be towards the normal or far away from the normal. Here I will draw towards the normal. It bends towards the normal, and sometimes it is also happen that it bends far away from the normal. So interface mean, in a simple word you can remember, it is a boundary. In your locality you see that the two houses are separated by a boundary wall. So if you compare with this, that two houses are the two mediums here, and the boundary wall are the interface of two different medium which separate these two medium. In physics language it is called interface of two different medium. And theta 1 and theta 2 is the angle of incidence between, angle of incidence means the angle between incident ray of light and the normal, and angle of refraction, the angle between normal and refracted ray of light. Okay, so another way we can define the refraction, the bending of light at the interface of two different mediums is called refraction of light. Okay, and one example also I written here, you can also do practically. You take one bucket, fill it with a water, put your one leg inside that. You see, notice that your leg is slightly deformed and shorter in size. This happens because of the refraction. So if I asked here, where is the two mediums? Yes, your eyes, from where you see your legs, that is a air medium, and where you put your legs, that is a water medium. So there is a two different mediums, and if two different mediums are there, so refraction is occur. Clear? So next, reason behind the refraction, why it's happened, why the ray of light changes paths. So before we discuss in details, first we discuss the two mediums. What is the nature of that two medium? So one medium is always rarer medium, optically rarer medium. Another one medium is a denser medium. Rarer medium means? Rarer means in that medium the velocity of light is more or maximum. in case of a air or vacuum is the more optical rarer medium. Why air and vacuum is called rarer medium? Because in that medium the particles are loosely bound together, very loosely bound together. So these particles, because of the interparticle force between the two particles is very less, that's why there is a mini space between the particles, and the light rays easily move through that medium. There is a no collision between the light rays and the molecules of that medium. That's why the velocity is less. That means if no opposite is there, if no collision is there, because of the collision means what? It resists or it blocks the path. If no collisions is there, then who blocked the path of the ray of light? It will be maximum. Its velocity is maximum. Okay, that's why that kind of medium are called rarer medium. Optically denser medium, the velocity of light in that medium is very less. It can't move very easily compared to the as it move in a rarer medium. That's why this is called denser medium. For example, glass, water, these are the denser mediums. So why it is called denser medium? Because in case of a glass or water medium, the particles are tightly bound together compared to the air or vacuum medium. So when these particles are tightly bound together, so when it will interact with the light rays, that means collisions are there, and that's why it blocks its path of the ray of light, and because of this the ray of light change its direction, and this phenomena is called refraction. Okay, so optical denser medium means the velocity of light is very less, and rarer medium means velocity is maximum. Now if I asked one question, suppose you have two different mediums, one is a glass medium, another one is a water medium. Now you tell me, in between glass and water medium, which one is a rarer medium and which one is a denser medium? Please give your answer in a comment box. I am waiting for your answer. Please, okay? Now you see that two ray diagrams are there. I will draw two ray diagrams. One ray diagram for denser to rarer medium. The light rays travel from denser to rarer medium. Another one, the light rays travel from rarer to denser medium. So what happened in this two figure? Because we know that in a denser medium the velocity of the light is very less, so it will travel very slowly. Now after incident on the interface, when it enters into the rarer medium, what happens? Its velocity increases, so it will easily now pass through the rarer medium. So when a ray of light incident from denser to rarer medium, after refraction, the refracted ray of light move far away from the normal, and in this case you see that the angle of refraction is greater than the angle of incidence. R is greater than the I. Now if we talk about the second figure, just opposite of the first one, the ray of light travels first medium to second medium. First medium is a rarer medium to denser medium. So what happened? Rarer medium is velocity is maximum. it will travel very easily through that medium. Now after incident on the interface, and when it get entered into the denser medium, what happened? Its velocity decreases. So when its velocity decreases, it changes direction, and this direction change in change in direction is towards the normal, because after refraction it will pass through the denser medium. In denser medium the velocity is less, so it bend towards the normal. But when it passes through the denser to rarer medium velocity is maximum, so it is easily passed through it, so it is far away from the normal. So when a ray of light travel from denser to rarer medium, it move far away from the normal, and when a ray of light travels rarer to denser medium, it moves towards the normal. Clear? All these things is written here in language, angle of these two figures. So reason, what is the reason? Reason is the velocity. Velocity is different in different medium. In air medium it is maximum, and in other medium it will be minimum. So now my question is, only velocity is change, any other physical quantity is change or not? Yes, another one velocity, not only the velocity but also there's another one physical quantity is there which will change with the velocity. We know that velocity, frequency and wavelength are related by a equation, that is velocity equals to frequency into wavelength. Now if velocity is change, in right hand side in between frequency and wavelength any one will be changed, otherwise this equation is invalid equation. So if, and we also know that for the same color of light, red, blue, yellow, green, whatever color you take, its frequency always constant, it does not change in a medium. So frequency does not change. So which one is change? Yes, the wavelength. So velocity, when velocity changes, the wavelength of the ray of light also change. Otherwise this equation we cannot say equal. If only velocity changes, other two are constant, it is not possible to write this equation. Okay, so frequency of light never change, so velocity change, and the wavelength also change for the equation to be true. And this is the reasons behind the refraction of light. So velocity as well as the wavelength of the light, ray of light will be changed. That's why the refraction process occurs. Okay. Similar to the reflection, refraction also has two laws. One law, first law, the incident ray, refracted ray and the normal to the interface of any two given medium all are lie in the same plane. See here, incident ray in the figure, refracted ray and the interface all are lie in the same plane. This is the first law of refraction. Second law of refraction is another name is Snell's law, because 19th scientist Snell discovered this law. That's why this law is called Snell's law of refraction. In exam, if any questions is there, write down the Snell's law of refraction. Only you write the second law of refraction. Don't write down the first one, because only the second law is called Snell's law of refraction. Please keep it in your mind. So what is Snell's law? Snell's law tells us the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence. Sine means S-I-N-E, sine, cosine, whatever you studied in trigonometry. Okay. So the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant for the light of a given color and for the given pair of media. That means this is the condition. Sin I by sin R, I is the angle of incidence, R is the angle of refraction. Sin I by sin R equals to constant. What is the condition behind it? This constant is fixed for a particular color of light and particular medium. If color of light is changed, then this value of constant also change. That's why we mention over there this is constant for the ray of light or given color of light, and whatever medium we consider, two mediums we consider on that medium also. Sin I by sin R equals to constant, and this constant is written as mu, or in NCERT book it will be written as n. Mu or n, anyone you can write. Okay, this constant mu or n, this is called refractive index of the second medium with respect to first medium. This constant is called refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. Refractive index means it gives us the how much it feels strong, the medium, how much it feels strong. Is it a strong medium or weak medium, denser medium or rarer medium? That we understood from this refractive index. Now in this figure, suppose the first medium, N1 and N2 is written over there. N1 is the refractive index of the first medium and N2 is the refractive index of the second medium. Then if we find out the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium, then it can be written as N2, and left hand side it will be 1. N2 by N1, that is equals to sin I by sin R. So we can say that the ratio between the speed of light, how we define the refractive index? Refractive index is defined as the ratio between the speed of light in air medium to the speed of light in specific given medium is called refractive index. Refractive index n equals to or mu equals to c by v. C is the speed of light in air medium and v is the speed of light in that given medium. So when we define refractive index with respect to velocity, first velocity, that means always we compare with the air medium, because we know that in air medium the speed of light is maximum. That's why we consider that is constant. With that medium we compare the speed of light of the another medium. Understood? So n equals to c by v, and the value of c is, we know that 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So c is the speed of light in air or vacuum and v is the velocity or speed of light in given medium. So when the light travels in the medium other than the vacuum, what happened? The atoms of that medium continuously absorb their energy, and after that it will re-emit the particle of light, slowing down the speed of light. That's why the speed of light will be slowed down. That means if the medium is more optically denser medium, the speed of light is slow, and if the medium is more optically rarer medium or rarer material, the speed of light is maximum. Now from in this expression n equals to c by v, c is a constant, its value never change. but the V is changed for the medium to medium. So if we take C as a constant, so we have N proportional to 1 by V. That means refractive index of a medium is inversely proportional to the speed of light in a given specific medium. If refractive index is increases, that means velocity decreases. And when velocity decreases, if the medium is denser. So from here we can understand the nature of the medium. Refractive index increases means the medium is denser medium. That's why velocity is decreases. And if refractive index is decreases, that means the medium is rarer medium because velocity increases, and we know that in rarer medium velocity is maximum. That's why we said that the refractive index gives us the strength of the medium, or how much it will not how much it will be a denser medium or it will be a rarer medium. Okay, so in this table, one box is the table. I will write some materials and their refractive index, and you see that the refractive index of air is very less compared to the other. Water is 1.33, glass is 1.52, ice is 1.31, diamond 2.41. So diamond is more denser. If we compare water and diamond, a diamond is more denser medium with respect to water. Now here the refractive index are two types. Not the two types, it is wrong. Actually we define the refractive index in two ways, or we can express. One is absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index means it's separately whatever this medium 1 has a this refractive index, medium 2 has a this refractive index, medium 3 is a this refractive index, not compared to the other one. It is a separate refractive index for separate given medium. N1 is a refractive index of first medium. N2 is a refractive index of the second medium. N3 is a refractive index of the third medium. So this N1, N2 and N3 are called absolute refractive index. Clear? And relative refractive index, when we compare, that means that find out the refractive index of the second medium with respect to first medium. So with it will compare with the first one. In between water and air, if we compare, the refractive index is water is more than the air. Here we compare relative to air, it will more. That is called relative refractive index. Okay. Now from that table you see that the refractive index of glass is 1.52 and water is 1.33. So we see that the refractive index of glass is higher than the water. So what happens if refractive index is increases, velocity decreases? That means the glass is a denser medium than the water medium. So the speed of light in water is more than the glass medium. Okay. We can define the refractive index in many ways. In here only we studied the one way, that is in terms of velocity, in terms of real depth, apparent depth, in terms of wavelength. We can also define the refractive index, but in your syllabus only this velocity is there, in terms of velocity is there, that's why we studied only the velocity. Now one numerical is there. What is the ratio, what is the refractive index of the medium in which the speed of light is this? That means V is given because we know the C. You have to remember the value of C. We find out the refractive index, put the values, we get the refractive index of medium. So from here you see that the refractive index is a ratio, that's why it has no unit. It is a ratio between two velocities or two speeds of light for different medium. That's why refractive index has no unit. Okay. Another one problem is there, the absolute refractive index of glass and water are 3 by 2 and 4 by 3 respectively. If the speed of light in glass is this, calculate the speed of light in vacuum and water. So it will be given that Ng equals to 3 by 2 and Nw equals to 4 by 3. So if we write down the definition of refractive index in place of a glass, so first one, what we can write, speed of light in vacuum or air divided by speed of light in glass, because first line, that speed of light in vacuum, it is constant for every medium. Just the below one is changed, either it will be glass or water or wood, that is V. C is constant for. Now if we put the value of speed of light in glass, then we get the speed of light in vacuum 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. You know this, and here mathematically also we find out the value. Now we find out the speed of light in water. So again we write this definition, and what values we know, Nw equals to, we know that, and speed of light in vacuum we know that. So from here if we calculate it, we get speed of light in water is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And from here you see that the speed of light of water is smaller or lesser than the speed of light in air. That's why we conclude that in a air medium or in a vacuum medium, the speed of light or the velocity of light is maximum. You never get any velocity through the any other medium rather than the air or vacuum is greater than the 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. It will be maximum. Okay. So from this definition and from this discussion, it is clear that refractive index is depends on the following factors. It depends on the nature of the medium, what kind of medium is there, denser or rarer, where to where it will travel, denser to rarer or rarer to denser. Another one, color of light, which color of light we use, red, blue, that is a wavelength. And another one is a physical conditions, that is temperature. Another one, we also say that the velocity, that is also included in nature of medium, because rarer medium means velocity is more, denser medium means velocity is less. How it will depends on temperature. As higher temperature, what happen, liquid becomes a less dense, that means it behaves like a rarer medium, and because of this light to travel faster in the medium. But at the lower temperature, what happens, the liquid is more denser, and when it will be denser, we know that the light travel in slower in that medium. Okay, like this way the refractive index is uh, de depends on the temperature. Now refractive index depends on the wavelength. How it will be inversely proportional to the refractive index. It implies that the greater wavelength, lesser the refractive index. We know that from the Viv V is written at bottom because it has shortest wavelength, that's why it will bend most. It will, because the inversely proportional, if wavelength is short, refractive index is more, and if wavelength is more, refractive index is short. So violet has a maximum refractive index and least speed. It is the shortest wavelength, that's why it bent most. But if we see that the red light has a longer wavelength compared to the violet, so it will bend less. Its speed is more and its refractive index is less. Okay. Another one is a velocity, already we discussed, it is inversely proportional to the refractive index. If refractive index increases, velocity increases. It decreases. If refractive index decreases, velocity increases. Now one numerical is there. Two numericals are there. One is one refractive index of water is given and that of glass also given. We find out the refractive index of glass with respect to water. How we can write the medium? What we find out, in where we find out the refractive index, we write at left hand side, sorry, right hand side, and left hand side with respect to which medium. So here we find out in glass medium, that's why G is written right hand side and W is written left hand side. So in W but separate, absolute refractive index are given separately. The refractive index of water and glass is given. That is the absolute refractive index 4/3 and 3/2. So we find out in WG. In WG means NG by NW. So now put the values of NG and NW, we get 9/8. Second number, refractive index of glass with respect to air. Here these things are given. NGA, that is equals to 1.9. Refractive index of glass with respect to A, that is 1.9. That means NG by NA is given, that is equals to 1.9. What we find out? We find out the refractive index of air with respect to glass. That means NA by NG. So how we can get NA by NG? If we take the reciprocal of NG by NA, then we can get NA by NG. So 1 by NAG, that is equals to 1 by 1.9, we get 0.523. Understood? Like this way we find out the refractive index with respect of air with respect to glass. Okay, understood? In next video we discuss about the spherical lenses, some important terms related to lenses, rules, types of lenses. Okay, so have a nice day. If you have any problem, please write in a comment box. If any word you did not understand, please write where you did not understand. I will repeat it again. Okay, have a nice day. Bye bye.